Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Farmer Pierce here. Uh, if you're new to the channel, thank you for hanging out with me today. We're going to discuss landscaping. This is Landscaping 101. Just to let you know, we are up on field 10, and we are on Felsburn. I decided to kind of create a little farm up here. I mean, it's a nice open area. We have, of course, we have the nice little driveway coming in here. I've already done a little bit of landscaping, sculpting, and painting, and all that wonderful kind of stuff. But to create a nice flat spot for you to build your farm on, try to find the flattest area that you can on the piece of property that you have bought. Probably I would say right there is about the levelest spot I can find. Okay. I created the spot there to the right because I kind of want a two-level farmyard. So this is going to be kind of big, but it's not going to be too overly dramatic. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the help window here real quick. So we'll back out of this and bring up our help window so we can see all the nice little controls. Okay, and then we're going to go back into our landscaping. All right. Now we're on Xbox. The controls are A to raise the land, X to lower it, Y to smooth it out, RB, push and hold that to flatten. To change the landscaping mode, we're in sculpting right now. Kind of hard to really see it, but there we go. Right there in the middle of the screen, you can see sculpting and painting. You push your L3 button, switch over back and forth. To change the modification type, currently we have it set to square. You push your R3, which is your right joystick, changes it from square to round. To rotate the camera, use your right joystick, left and right. To move your modification tool, use your left joystick. But I want to keep that right about right there. Getting into the painting controls. To paint, you push A. To switch the painting ground type, your textures, it's left and right on the D-pad, like so. You can see down there in the lower right corner, we're going through all of our different textures. Of course, changing the modification type is the same control, R3. Rotate the camera, right joystick. You can change the radius, which is your brush size. This is currently on size 8. You use your right joystick, move it up and down. Up goes smaller. Pull it back towards you, increases the size all the way up to 20. So you have, let's go all the way back down. You have size 2 for the fine detail work. And then size 20 just to get stuff done in a real quick hurry. So let's go into sculpting. Let's change our brush size to an 8. Change it to our square one. And we are going to press and hold our RB to flatten. And we're just going to move our joystick forward. Do it kind of slow to get our perimeter done. I want to, oops. Now if you make kind of a mistake, you can go back and change it. I don't want to go all the way to the power line support there. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go across this way. Alright, now you see we can't modify the terrain here. It's because we have that object in the way. Same holds for any object that you have. You can try changing your brush size to see if that helps, but it didn't. But we can go right there. Okay, so what we'll do is go over the spot that we've already flattened and bring it back this way a little bit. So we know where our line is. Okay, we can flatten right up to there. I want to flatten right to there before it goes and jumps really, really high. I don't want to flatten all this because then I'm going to cut into the part I've already flattened out for my multi-level farmyard. So we're going to go this direction, like so. And then we're going to leave the driveway like it is, and we're just going to go right across like that. And we'll go right along the driveway, our established driveway, like this. And we'll go right across to where we started. At this point, since I've got the perimeter done, I can increase my brush size to its maximum so we can get this done right here a little bit quicker. Alright, so we've got this all nice and flat. Let's kind of square this off over here just a little bit. Let's turn it. There we go. Okay, so now we have our lower portion of our farmyard, which I'm pretty happy with that. So we can go into our painting. And we can kind of decide, let's do grass texture. Let's change our sculpting tool. We'll just kind of go along here and we'll paint our grass texture. Put our grass... Seems kind of expensive to do this. But get the grass texture done first. Like so. Now if you paint a grass texture, the grass will not grow. If you wanted to plant grass and that kind of stuff, or if you want the grass to grow, you have to actually plant it. You're going to have to go through here and put your grass down if you want it to grow. Okay. Let's go square because I don't want to... Got some noise happening here in the house somewhere. Okay, so we have this. Of course, that's probably just a... Now this area right here, as you can see, it's a little high for me. Kind of not real happy with that. But I'm thinking that's kind of where I want my driveway, or my driveway to go, um, when I go from one part of the yard to the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to sculpting. I'm going to put it about right here, and I'm just going to hold Y and kind of just move this around. And as I move it, some of the higher points are going to smooth themselves right out, just like that. All right, now we're going to go up here, and we're going to smooth that out. All right, and now we're going to go back to our painting mode. And we have the option, let's see, concrete. It would be nice if they would kind of put here, you know, what the ground cover actually is, so we're trying not to guess. Actually, I think before I put the excuse me, before I put the driveway in, I'm going to put this in square, and I'm going to put I don't want textured concrete, but I'll go over the textures here pretty soon. All right, this is, I think, regular concrete. Zoom in. It's kind of a... Oh, there's got to be something else. There it is. That's the concrete that I want. That's the concrete that I'm looking for. Okay, we just kind of go along, and we're going to put our concrete pad right here. Like so. Put that back there like that. Okay. All right, so now we're to the edge of our little hill there. Now, if you notice, I'm not putting this right along the edge of that. I'm having it one space over. And I'm just doing this real slow. I'm not doing it fast. Gets kind of costly when you do it quick. But you get your it gets your perimeter done first of how you want it. Like so. And then we can fill it in kind of quickly and so on and so forth. So we're going to put we're going to put this type of pathway in. Like so. Just go along. Okay, so we have a nice wide path there. We could even go just a little bit smaller. So if you make a mistake, all right, if you make a mistake like that, pick your grass texture again and just repaint it. I'll put it back like, oh, see, I made another mistake. We'll go back and get our concrete again. Make sure I get the right one. There we go. There. Okay, so now we have that. So let's see. That is the driveway itself is about that size. So if you wanted to actually change this, let's see. That's actually kind of rough. It kind of is a little bit high right there. Might be able to go. Okay, since it's so close to the path, we're not going to be able to smooth that out. So I guess we'll just deal with it. But you can paint it. Paint it right there. Maybe go. Let's see. I want to make sure I get the right brush size. I don't want to go too ungodly. We'll put in a large cobblestone drive here. Like this. You can paint either side of it. There, we have a nice little driveway coming in. That's our driveway in. We'll extend this out just a little bit more because I want to put a house down. Paint right there. Paint up to there. All right. So let's we'll pick the farm trailer house. And we will I guess we'll do it right there. Okay, so we'll put our farm trailer house right there. And then we can go back into our landscaping. Now, one thing I do want to point out, since we went out of the landscaping tool and then came back in, down in the ground type, you see that it's dirt. Now, the last thing that we painted was this cobblestone driveway. Well, if you think that you need to, if you think, okay, cool, I've got this ground type selected, I can start painting dirt. Well, you're not going to paint dirt. You're going to paint exactly what you painted with prior. So you have to actually go and change your ground type before you start painting again. I don't know if Giants knows that at all. So let's go back to our cobblestone, and we're gonna increase the brush size just a little bit, just like that. There. So that's our driveway for our truck. Now we can sit there and paint this area. So we'll put grass around it. Just like so. So if you don't want the dirt there, you can paint something else. So we have a nice, there we go. I think that looks really, really good. Honestly. So what we're going to do now is change our brush size back down. We're gonna transition from this to more of a pea gravel type drive. We're gonna put that down like that. Now we're gonna switch back over to concrete. And we're gonna make our farmyard like so. And yes, this is quite time consuming, especially if you want to get it just right. We'll go this way a little bit. And we'll go this way. Now keep in mind, you can, with this tool, of course it was released in, or this was released when the update was brought out. The nice thing about this is it gives you the power, and it opens up your creativity. You can have your farmyard any way that you want. Is it costly? Yes. Yeah, I made a mistake there. But, you know, even though I made a mistake, I could fix it if I wanted to. But that could be an extension out here if I ever decided, oh, okay, I'm going to expand my farm sometime in the near future. So that's something to keep, you know, in the back of your mind if you want to. Oh, there's another. Okay, well, we'll just leave it. Okay, so we got that done. Oh, one more over. There we go. All right, from this point, of course, you know, we can change our brush size since we got the perimeter done, and we can just go along. Go like this. There we go. Okay, so now we have a 2-level farmyard, but we still need to get our little drive here. Brush size 6. Let's go. That's not our pea stone. There we go. That's what I want. And it can be as perfect or as imperfect as you want. We can even do this little texture. Kind of just put some grass spots in here like that to kind of act like, oh, well, it's been driven through here quite a bit, and now we have a kind of a track. Makes it look kind of nice, I think. Now, if you wanted to, you could make this, maybe put some rocky patches in here. It's all up to you. Now, when you're doing rocks, depending on where you put it, where you put your tool, that's where it'll paint it. So you can kind of do a rock face with your grass kind of growing in it, where maybe the ground's a little bit thicker, the dirt's thicker. Let's put a little bit of rock there, some there, maybe some there in the corner, and right about there. I think that looks good. Yeah, that looks really good. So this is Landscaping 101. Now, one thing I do want to point out, um, if you're in your painting tool, and I don't know if Giants knows this, but I'm gonna create a spot here. The game does not recognize that that spot has been painted. Um, I'm gonna. I have to grab my keyboard so I can zoom in. But I'm gonna zoom in on my money up there. So bear with me here for just a second. All right, we're gonna zoom in up here. Now I'm gonna push and hold my A button, and the money is just going down. It does not recognize that that spot has been painted already. So be very, very careful if you're painting an area and you're just moving your moving the joystick around, moving your sculpt or your painting tool. It is going to cost you actually more if you do that than if you just moved it along and painted the area itself just once. Now, I'm not sure the exact cost, but your cost is based on the brush size that you're using. Let's see, $9,305,056. If we hit this once, that drops it to $9,304,802. But we'll put that back. Without doing the math, I'm not sure what the cost would be. But the smallest size is like $3 per button push. So we'll put that back to grass. Now there is no undo button. You make a mistake, there is no undo button. So I've heard it in the works, or I've heard it in rumor that I guess Giants is working on an update to include an undo button. So if you make a major mistake, then hey, just do an undo. Okay, cool. So basically, my suggestion is before you start putting buildings down, do all your landscaping first. Get your farmyard kind of set up the way you want it. You can, if you wanted to, you could even put it on paper. Put it right out there on paper and go from there. Use that as a template. Let's see, another point to make. I've already pointed out that you cannot sculpt or modify the land in any area that has an object close to it. So let's say you put a shed down. Let's just go put a shed down here. We'll use this one for an example. All right, let's say you placed it just a little bit too high. Let's turn this around here. Even though that right there is relatively flat, see if we can do something here that's already okay. All right, that's relatively flat. Come on, don't tell me it can't be placed here. All right, let's say you made a mistake and dropped this just a little bit too low. Oops. Okay. And then you want to go in and flatten this out. Well, you're not going to be able to because of this object being here. You're not going to be able to smooth it raise it, lower it, or anything like that. So what you're going to have to do to remedy that situation, you're going to have to go back out of your landscaping, go into your garage, and you're physically going to have to sell that building. And then we're going to go back into our landscaping tool, and now it allows you to fix that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find your flat spot here, hold your RB button to flatten, and just fix your mistake, just like this. There we go, all fixed. And then you can go and buy your shed again and place it back down however you want to do it. But other than that, that's Landscaping 101. So one other suggestion, if you're new to the whole landscaping process, I guess is what I want to say. If you're new to it, you're inexperienced at it, start a new map. Cheat in a whole bunch of money, and just play around with it. Raise the land, lower it, smooth it out. And as you sit there and use it more and more, it'll just become second nature. You'll be creating magnificent farms and all that other kind of stuff. Just have fun with it. But also, like I suggested too, is do it in steps. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. So, like I said, have fun with it. Enjoy it. If you like it, cool. If you don't, well, that's totally up to you. But where's my paper? I've been writing down a whole bunch of stuff and keeping notes and everything like that. So anyway, Landscaping 101. So I hope you have found this helpful and informative. If you have, drop us a like. If you'd like to leave a suggestion or a comment, please feel free. If you'd like to share this with friends, be my guest. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.
RenderForest.com